Hello everybody and welcome to race number 6 of the Oreo Truck Series. We are live at Texas Motor Speedway. We had an exciting finish in the truck race at California, hoping to roll over again here to Texas here in Fort Worth. We are really looking forward to this race as 42 trucks get set to start off this race weekend here as we get set for the Dr. Pepper race weekend, the Dr. Pepper 200 getting ready to be run here today at Texas Motor Speedway. Now, before we give you the starting lineup here, we very quickly want to point out that this is going to be a very crucial race because right now, the top 3 in the point standings come in only 2 points separating them. Philip Stiller managed to grab the points lead at, I believe it was, when we left California, he managed to hold on to the points lead, and he holds it 1 point over Adam Chambers, who took the win at California. Adam Chambers is 152 points, Philip Stiller 153, then 151 points behind, and only 1 point back in third is Jake Berg. So that is going to be really, really close. As a matter of fact, if you took and looked at the whole chase right now, the top 12 cars in the points are separated by only 40 points. So it's really, really close. Also, a few drivers had to race their way in today, and I don't think they've really ever been in that position before. They found it kind of strange. Timmy Pacioli comes in 38th in the point standings. Noel Stiller comes in 39th. Doug Shears is 37th. And James Bald, the runner-up in the Daytona race that started off this season, he's 36th. So those 4 guys really had to struggle to try and get their way into this race. They're going to look to try and get good finishes here today to get back in the top 35 because they were in a position on Friday that they did not like. And so they're going to be trying to get back up to the front of the field, and they're also going to be trying to get as many points as possible to get back up into the top 35 so they don't have to try and qualify in for the race next week when we head to Talladega. Now, let's give you the starting lineup for today's race now as we are getting close to the command to fire engines. So here we go. It's going to be Colin Cropley on the pole to his outside. Oops, sorry about that. Is going to be Noah Cars. Then we've got in row 2, Mark George and Sean Galligan. Row 3 will be Kenny McCreary and Martin Zakala. Row 4, Robert Ban and Timmy Pacioli. Row 5, Jordan Hester and Brian Fleener. Row 6, Jake Berg and Alyssa Quackenbush. Row 7, Alex Filter and Ben Stern. Row 8, Lisa Shears and Vincent Marsh. Row 9, Nick Eggleston and Philip Stiller. Row 10 will be Logan Wilson and Wyatt Johnston. Then it's going to be Angel D'Souza and Barry Zuckerkorn. Then Christian James and Jake Cole. Then Brittany Poe and Paola Gonzalez. Chad Skinner, Adam Chambers comes in second. He's starting quite a ways back. Then it's going to be Doug Shears and Anthony Nodder. Andrew Gonzalez and Michael Harvey. Then it will be Daniel Schwab and Matthew Rodriguez. Followed by Patrick Scroggins, Arnold Columbia, Noel Stiller, Anthony McCreary, James Bald, Alex Ban, and John Worry on the outside of the final row. Alright, so we are about probably 40 seconds or so away from the command to fire up the engines, so why don't we quickly give you a look at the top 12 in points right now. Philip Stiller is the points leader with Adam Chambers in second, Jake Berg is third, Angel D'Souza is in fourth, Matt Smith is in fifth, Mark George, he's in sixth. He dropped quite a few spots actually after the race to California. Jake Cole has moved up into 8th in the standings. Alex Filter dropped to 9th after California. Kenny McCreary, he's in 10th. Christian James is in 11th. And Martin Zakala is in 12th. So we are going to be getting ready for the race to start here at Texas. Let's go down for the command to fire up the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
There it is, the command to fire them up. Colin Cropley on the point for today's race. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that is his second pole this season. I'm going to take a quick look here, but I'm pretty certain it is. And yes, it is. He had the pole at Phoenix as well. So this is his second pole for today's race. And so he's going to start on the point. And he's already locked into the Truck Series All-Star race. But another driver could go to victory lane here today and race their way in to the All-Star race. There's not that much time left to be able to do that. As we get set to turn them loose, yeehaw! We are racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. Colin Cropley, Noah Cars to his high side. Wow! Mark George slid up there, and Kenny McCreary's going to take advantage of that. 3 wide back there for about the 3rd position. And it is 3 wide. Galligan getting the short end of the stick that time, getting shuffled up to the high side, but they're kind of splitting Mark George there in the middle. And here comes Noah Cars for the lead. Pulls the move off here. And Cropley will not lead the first lap, but Noah Cars may not either. Here comes Kenny McCreary to the inside. McCreary thinking about the lead. The lap was led by Noah Cars, but Kenny McCreary, Robert Band, here comes Jordan Hester as well. Kenny McCreary, he is winless here in the Truck Series. He does have a win over in the Mobile One Cup Series, but he'd love to go to victory lane here in the Truck Series. Also, Robert Band has had a fast truck wherever we go. He's qualified really well in that truck, but his finishes just have not seemed to be what he's wanted them to be, and they have not really come to be something that's really helped him out. His starting positions have not really turned into good finishes. Here comes Jake Berg. Berg is, remember, 3rd in the standings, only 2 points out, and Alex Filter right behind him. Filter trying to get back onto the track he was on for most of this season. He ended up having a pretty tough California race as he goes for the lead now. And it made him drop, I believe, if I'm looking at the standings right now, I believe that Filter dropped, oh, actually I'm looking at the wrong thing. As Lisa Shears now goes for the lead, but Filter ended up dropping a total of 6 spots after we left California, so that was quite a drop for him. Lisa Shears now taking a turn at the front, and here comes Nick Eggleston. And a car that won at Daytona to start off this season, Matt Smith. They're still racing 3 wide further back there. That's way back around the 28th, 29th position. But Logan Wilson and Jake Cole, this guy's been really just been steadily moving his way up in the point standings. Last week at California, he ended up going from the position of 15th up to 8th. 7 spots he gained in 1 race. He's hanging back there behind Logan Wilson there in 2nd. Here comes Angel D'Souza down the inside. She ended up finishing 2nd at California to Adam Chambers, so she's trying to maybe get into victory lane here today in the 88. Christian James also starting to move up there, and also another guy that's had some limited races, but he's been showing a bit of muscle in these races, has been Barry Zuckerkorn in the Nesquik car. He's been doing actually a very good job there. He is not in the top 35 yet. He's only 40th in the standings, but he has been putting together a string of fairly good finishes for a car that is trying to get his way into the top 35, as he's now looking to the inside of Angel D'Souza for the lead. Barry Zuckerkorn also been doing a good job over in the Mobile One Cup Series in the Coors Light Dodge. He's been putting together a string of good finishes there too. Had a great race at Bristol and finished fairly well at California. So he's been doing pretty well there. And he's doing fairly well here as he's still leading. Here comes Doug Shears. Doug Shears, remember we told you, he's outside the top 35 in owner points. He'd love to get a good finish here today. He's going to try and take a turn at the front. And he will do so with the help of Andrew Gonzalez. Andrew Gonzalez, he's actually just been hanging around in the 27th position right now in the Truck Series standings. He's started out fairly well. Didn't have that great at Daytona, but started out pretty well with some other finishes, but he's trying to put together a string of good finishes to get back up to the front, and coming down the inside now is Arnold Columbia. Arnold Columbia, you know, this guy starts at the back a lot, but he moves his way up to the front. Right now he's 15th in the standings. He's been able to really move his way up, pick up places, and then be able to use it to his advantage. And I'll tell you what, these laps are winding down awfully quickly. We only had 17 laps here, and we're already up on to lap number 10. So this is very quickly coming down to the close of this race as Noel Stiller now tries to come to the inside. We're seeing a lot of new players up at the front of the field. Noel Stiller, Anthony McCurry, and here comes Paola Gonzalez as well. James Bold also coming up. You're seeing quite a few guys that are outside the top 35 trying to get in with a possible win here today. Noel Stiller is one of them, another of them Paola Gonzalez, as well as James Bold. Noel Stiller, I believe this is the first time we've seen Noel Stiller out in front here today. And for this whole season, if I remember correctly, but he's going to lose the lead now to Paola Gonzalez, James Bold, and here comes Adam Chambers. Chambers may be thinking about 2 in a row. It would be the first time in any series of the NNSCRA we have had a repeat winner. See if maybe he could do it. Alex Band also trying to get his season turned around. He got himself up into the top 35 in points after California. He's up to 30th now in the standings, trying to look for more here today with a good run at Texas. Also, another guy that's really trying to get a good finish is John Worry. He's third on that inside line. Anthony Notter comes in 35th in the standings. John Worry just ahead of him comes in 25th. John Worry ended up having a real heartbreak, finished dead last at Bristol. He's trying to get back onto the warpath as far as finishing well as Adam Chambers gets shuffled to the outside. Don't think he'll win this race as they come down, hit the stripe. Boy, they are flying around this racetrack. 14 of 17 laps completed. It'll be 4 laps to go. Here comes John Worry. He'll try for the lead. He's got it with Anthony Notter and Matthew Rodriguez behind him. I'm surprised the way these guys are racing that there has not been a wreck. Oh, just as I say that, there's a wreck in the back. Caution flag will fly. Colin Cropley is one of those. Nick Eggleston is another. And I believe everybody else made it through. Cropley and the 7 of Nick Eggleston both involved. Nick Eggleston comes in 18th in the points. Colin Cropley comes in 7th. But those trucks don't look like they have that much damage. As we'll see coming down to the stripe who the leader is. I believe it is the car of Anthony Notter. I think he just barely got Matthew Rodriguez at the line. Now, this is going to be interesting. I don't know if we're going to go back to the green flag or not. This is going to be very interesting to see if this is the way the cars are going to finish, the trucks are going to finish. But real quickly, while we're under the caution flag, let's go back and see what happened to Colin Cropley and Nick Eggleston.